I'd like to welcome everybody to this exciting webinar on how to engage families this holiday season, tips, tricks, and ideas. I'm Josh Stadzinski, Director of Marketing over here at Caremerge, and this is my first foray into the senior living industry. I've been here for about 6 months and previously worked at other technology companies. I am accompanied today by Kim Mead, Director of Engagement at Guardant Management Solutions. Kim has over 28 years of experience and long-term care experience, 23 years specifically in the field of recreation. We are very excited to have her join us for this webinar. For our agenda today, we will hop into some housekeeping items. We'll go over a little bit about Caremerge and Guardant, and then we'll go into the tip, tricks, and ideas. And this is where Kim will really shine and take over and go over Thanksgiving, Black Friday, Christmas, New Year's Eve, and even do some Q&A. So if you have any questions during here, please post them in the question and answer section. We'll review them at the end of the webinar. Also, this webinar will be recorded and emailed out afterwards so you could share and post and watch it again whenever you have a chance. And if you have any issues hearing us or any video issues, please post them in the chat window and I can make sure they're fixed up. So before we get started, just want to do a quick brief overview, just a 2-minute background on Caremerge. We are founded in 2012 and we're a platform that empowers family, residents, and staff. Our solution was designed to reinvent the senior living experience while streamlining communications between family and residents. We power over 600 communities, and here are just a couple of our select customers that use our solutions to help differentiate their organization. Today, we're going to be hitting family engagement. We built this system as the cornerstone of our company, and has helped many organizations help drive engagement between family, loved ones, and staff, like Guardant Management Solutions. With our family engagement solution, you can provide real-time updates to family members regarding their loved ones. This also mitigates risk and coordinates care with HIPAA-compliant communication. Caremerge is also the pioneer in using NPS in the senior living industry. NPS stands for Net Promoter Score and allows users to get instant feedback about your community and provides an opportunity to measure and track family satisfaction over time. So we're really excited to get this rolling. I think that was under 2 minutes, just a quick background. So now I'm going to pass it off to Kim from Guardant Management Solutions, and she'll take it from here.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for your time this afternoon. I would like to talk to you briefly on Guardant Management Solutions and a little bit about our background. Guardant Management Solutions, formerly known as BMA Management, is the national leader in developing and operating affordable assisted living communities. These communities are known for having the highest occupancy rates and strongest operating margins. Since our founding in 1999, Guardant has grown into a recognized leader of senior and assisted living. We are the largest provider of assisted living in Illinois and rank as the 14th largest provider across the country. We developed and manage communities in urban, suburban, and also rural areas. Together, the communities we manage house more than 4,221 senior living, assisted living, and memory care homes and apartments. We have been honored by Argentum with Best of the Best awards. This is an honor reserved for companies that demonstrate the most innovative and effective practices in the senior living industry. We are also extremely happy to partner with Caremerge in providing families with the enhanced engagement opportunities every day. So thank you. All right, and we will roll into tips, tricks, and ideas for the holiday season. With our next slide, we want to just drop right in here with Thanksgiving. I know we just celebrated it just a few weeks ago, but some ideas for next year to keep in mind. Hosting open houses with meal tickets for families, coloring contests for the families, dessert socials, hosting a turkey hunt. Hosting a turkey hunt, a lot of fun, making copies of turkeys, posting them all over the community, get your staff involved and see if they can help you hide them all over the community. The most turkeys that are hunted or captured by residents, they can be turned in and an award given for the best hunter. Families can be engaged and involved in that as well by involving them, asking them to jump in on the fun, have maybe a special price for residents, a special price for families, or even a kids a kids prize category as well. Dessert socials are a lot of fun for our families, especially on Thanksgiving, possibly having those set up in the afternoons where if residents are coming home back to their homes from being out with families, that they can enjoy a dessert together in the community. Or if they didn't leave, but the families are coming to still visit them, we could still set up dessert socials, kind of a help yourself type with pies and cookies and such, and some coffee, giving them a nice quiet area in the dining room or a lobby area to set up and sit and visit and really just be together and in the moment. Coloring contests with family members are a lot of fun. Again, we have kids around for the holidays. They're out of school. If we were hosting some coloring contests, we could have specific coloring sheets, even possibly a resident who could draw or make the one specific coloring sheet for the contest, and have categories set up, whether it's adults or a family category, a resident, a child youth, or even a special interest category with different prizes. Involve your family members, involve your residents. They could be the judges of the contest as well. Open houses with meal tickets for families. This is a fun one as well. Getting the families together, having them come in and enjoy meals with the residents. Sometimes it's great to offer maybe meal tickets as prizes for different games for residents to be able to give to their families to come in and visit. So just a few ideas for Thanksgiving. And with the next slide, we'll go into Black Friday. Black Friday events, such a big deal these days with shopping and everything after Thanksgiving, wanting to get the best prizes out there. Hosting some Black Friday events where family members could come into your community with their purchases, and we could set up a gift wrapping in a hot cocoa area, maybe a hot cocoa bar, a dessert area as well with cookies. We could do the wrapping for them. They could sit and enjoy some hot cocoa and a dessert with their resident. The residents can definitely be involved in the wrapping of the gifts. Another great idea is engaging our local community heroes, fire departments, police departments, ambulance paramedics, and technicians that are working the holidays. Can we bring them some baked goods from the residents, whether it's on Thanksgiving Day or the day after, the day before? Residents in cooking classes making the desserts, the brownies, the cookies and such, and then delivering to them, letting them know that we appreciate them, especially having to work on the holiday and maybe not being with their families. And the next slide. Christmas, lots of Christmas ideas. We have a lot going on during Christmas, wanting to really engage our families with the life in our communities, having them see what's going on, how can they be involved with all of our activities with our residents, and really just getting a good taste for what we've got going on. And through Caremerge, it's the perfect way to engage them with our broadcast messaging of the activities that are happening and the events that are coming up, the pictures and the emails that we can be sending back and forth of what's going on are great ways to engage them. Hosting holiday craft shows and bazaars, perfect time, mid-November to December is when we see a lot of those popping up. Lots of times residents may have a booth where they're creating their crafts that they've done in the craft class in the community or something they've done on their own in their apartments. Also opening it up to outside vendors to come in. Many times having the opportunity to sell a table space to an outside vendor is a fundraiser for the activities department or other resident activity funds as fundraisers as needed. But we could sell the spaces to them, have other vendors come in and show their wares, and then it really provides a shopping opportunity for your residents who maybe don't have the opportunity to go out and shop. It also gives the family members an additional opportunity to come in and be part of the community and what's happening inside, but also a time to shop with their resident. They may not really have the opportunity to shop with their resident or loved one anymore like they used to. And so providing that opportunity for them to shop together, maybe shopping for family members for Christmas gifts, it's a great way to do that. With the next slide, We also have other ideas. Christmas open houses. Invite your families to come in, have an appetizer with your loved ones, offer some background entertainment, music, things kind of light in nature where families can still be together and be able to visit at tables while still sharing an appetizer in the atmosphere of the community. A little more fun if you can secure a horse and carriage for Christmas. It's just beautiful. It's not something that we see every day anymore. And a great opportunity for residents and family members to share a carriage ride. Great photo opportunity as well. Really getting into the spirit of Christmas. Also having Santa come in, possibly having a photo shoot with Santa. Many times with open houses, I've seen where we have a chance for many things happening, a chance for families to visit, have some background music with appetizers, a horse and carriage happening, another area in the community, maybe having a photo shoot area where Santa is there. Families can come in, whether it's children, the whole family, residents, having their pictures taken with Santa. We can get that picture back to them very easily by having them just sign up with their email address for Caremerge, so we can just send that photo straight to them through Caremerge, and they'll be able to get that right away. There's nothing better than seeing those pictures of residents with Santa. Over the years, I've seen some cute ones. I've seen residents on Santa's lap. I've seen a kiss on the cheek. I've seen them stealing Santa's hat. We've had some great times with photos, so I wouldn't want to miss that opportunity for a photo shoot with Santa, whether it was for a resident or with their families or kids. And with the next slide, more Christmas ideas. How about a door decorating contest? A lot of fun. It's great to see the creativity that residents and families have really thrown into decorating doors. Great to have the families engaged in that as well. A good way to do that is to let your family members know a couple weeks prior to when you want to start the contest, to give them time to prep, to think of ideas, to go shopping for the items they might need. Encourage the families to come in and as a family decorate that door with their loved one, with their resident. And then we could also coordinate a time, a specific, maybe several days or a week after the decorating is finished, to actually have them walk around, do a tour of the community, check out the doors, and then vote on their best or their favorite door. Definitely issue a prize for that and really make that an annual event. It's a lot of fun. I've seen residents who I wouldn't think would open up to having someone come and look at their door, really open up and be involved in that and engage. And engage with their families as well. Sometimes families have a hard time maybe sometimes finding recreation that's common with their loved one, and decorating is an easy way to be able to do that. And the doors are just fun. So many ideas. Pinterest is great for ideas for that. With the next slide, we also have an idea of a gallery of trees or in a tree tour. Several of us out there, we have communities where we're able to set up many trees throughout the community, in lobbies and common areas, even some outside of offices I've seen. So getting your departments involved in hosting a tree, having different businesses. We've had many times businesses have come in and hosted a tree as well and be part of the gallery of trees, where we have open times for the public to come in and see that, but also for our families to be able to come through and tour that gallery of trees and see what trees are there, if they're specifically themed, hosted by a specific department in the community, or also hosted by a local business in that community. Great to see a resident tree as well. The residents have a tree that they want outside their door, or part of the gallery of trees, if they have their own decorations, if they've made their own homemade decorations, whether it's in their apartments or it's during an activity or a craft, to be able to see the handiwork and take personal pride in what they've done. Really give some purpose to that crafts class when they're making that decoration for that tree that's going up in the community. So I'd highly recommend a gallery of trees and tours through your community. It's great to see the different trees, and it really pulls together the sense of the season that way. Our next slide. Still moving on to Christmas ideas. We've heard of Elf on the Shelf at home with kids. This is one of my favorites, Elf on the Community Shelf. Hide your elf each day in a different location. Residents, staff, family members, they could search for the elf, take a picture or a selfie with the elf, wherever it's located at. Send that to the activity director through Caremerge, and the activity director can keep track of how many postings a resident or a family member or staff member have with that elf and where it's located through the month. And then the person with the most prize wins. You could certainly set that up in categories and have a staff category or a resident category or a family member category or even a youth category. Kids will get into that as well. Looking for the elf, where could it possibly be? I think that's a great idea to get people involved. And again, sending that picture through Caremerge increases that engagement opportunity as well. Our next slide, we're going to move into New Year's. Let's consider hosting a ball drop party. Sometimes afternoons, maybe late afternoon or right after supper. Invite families to come in having appetizers, cocktails, or even mocktails, depending really on what you prefer. Party hats and horns are great for all of the party goers. Entertainment is definitely a must. We do enjoy having that as well. We want to ring in the new year, and it's a great time to reminisce about things that we've done throughout the year, and also maybe some of our goals for next year. Our next slide will also give you an idea for making a yearbook. Our residents, especially if we're in our long-term care or assisted living, supportive living communities where our residents are with us longer, and they're there and they're invested in life in the community, having a booklet featuring each month of the year, pictures and highlights of those events. Maybe they're pictures of parties, activities that you've hosted, with residents, with family members, and don't forget our staff. They're also a big part of our community. We can make copies of these booklets, have them available so that the residents and the family members that are attending can take one back with them. I would also recommend having some extra copies in maybe a lobby area or somewhere where people can take one if they haven't come to the party or if they left early, to make those available for people to pick up. It's a nice little memento to remember the year and all the fun activities that we've had in the community. It's also a great way to, you can have that and send those pictures to your family members again through Caremerge as well. Those are some of my quick tips and tricks for the holidays, and I think we'll open this up now for questions or any ideas from your community you'd like to share.
Kim, thank you so much for that. Those are all such awesome ideas. I really want to come to all of your parties. We
have a good time.
It sounds super fun. Let me see here if we have any questions. Well, we didn't hit this holiday, but do you have any Valentine's ideas?
Well, of course we have Valentine's Day ideas. You know, certainly the making of Valentine's or sharing of Valentine's among residents are always fun. I'm kind of a I guess maybe a sucker, you could say, for Valentine's Day. I like the Valentines that you find in the stores for the kids. There are just so many cute ones out there. And I like to be able to just purchase like several boxes of them, and I want to purchase after holiday so I have them for the next holiday. And just get them available and put them in a box out in my lobby where residents can pick up 4 or 5 that they might want, and have another box, like a quote-unquote mailbox, so the residents could fill them out to whoever they want to send a Valentine to, whether it's a peer or a staff member or a family member. Drop it in that mail-to box, and then I would kind of go through it and empty it out every couple days and deliver those little Valentines. Those were always kind of fun. I like to have Valentine's guessing contest. That's kind of a nice thing to have up through the season, and to maybe and to announce the winner at a Valentine's Day party. Candy conversation hearts. I'm sorry. Count how many you put in a big clear glass jar, and whoever can guess the amount in the jar, the closest without going over, can win a prize, whether it's bingo prize or a gift card or something fun for Valentine's Day. I like the king and queen dances. Those are kind of fun. Entertainment, of course, baking and cooking the good sweets that go with Valentine's Day is always fun. I have a lot of fun with Valentine's Day.
Yeah, it certainly sounds like it. That's awesome. Another question is, do you have any tips or ideas for maybe getting some more attendance to your events?
Well, I think it depends on on what event you're having. One example I could give is if you are going to have movie and popcorn, I definitely like to have the name of the movie on my activity calendar ahead of time, so that people that are looking at my calendar know what movie is coming up. It's not just a movie or a Western. It's a Western called, Gunsmoke, and this is the actor. Having kind of a little bio of the movie, sometimes printed on the back of the calendar, is nice. I like to feature that so that people know what movie it is and who are the stars and what it's about. Definitely having movie and popping the popcorn right there at the movie really helps with sensory stimulation. You get to see it, you get to hear it, you get to smell it, you get to taste it. That's always great. If I have a craft class or an art class that's coming up, I like to have descriptors of that on my calendar. And I like to kind of market it a little bit. So how could we do that? By taking a picture of what the craft is going to be, have that sample done ahead of time, take a picture, send that out to families via Caremerge so that they see what the upcoming craft class is going to be, and they can assist in encouraging their loved ones to attend. They could also see what it is, and maybe they could schedule themselves to attend as well to help their loved one and encourage them. They can see it on Caremerge via the Calendar Central, but having that extra email with a picture sent to them may also be a reminder. Having that craft maybe marketed as far as putting that up with a flyer in your lobby so everyone sees what it is. And then they can also kind of see the difficulty in that and see if they're able to do that or not. That's kind of helpful as well. I'm really big into communication and marketing my activities that I'm doing. So Caremerge is perfect for that. You have the ability to take a picture of that craft. You have an ability to copy that recipe or take a picture of it, send it to family members via Caremerge so that they're aware of what's going on. You can also do that with broadcast messaging. Broadcast messaging, that's probably your best friend, I would think, in really communicating what activities and events are coming up for your families. You can type in what you want families to know. You can schedule when you want that to be broadcasted to everyone. 5 minutes of your time in your head, and it just goes out to so many people at once. You're not calling and calling people. You're not stuffing envelopes and mailing stuff. It's done in one spot. Broadcast messaging would be great for that.
Awesome. All great ideas. We really appreciate it. It looks like that was it. Let's see here. Let's give it going once, going twice. All right. Well, thank you everybody for coming, and thank you, Kim. That was awesome ideas, great tips, tricks. We really appreciate your time and sharing those with our listeners here. Again, this will be emailed out to everyone. We'll get the recording done and up and live probably sometime early next week, and we'll email it out. And if you have any other questions, feel free to reach out to myself or Kim if you need any more help generating ideas. I'm sure she's happy to help.
Absolutely. Thank you so
Awesome.
much for your time.
Thank you, everybody. Have a great weekend.
Bye.